The key takeaway from the clearing mandate on June 10th is that derivatives, which used to be free, are now going to be more expensive. Duh. But joining me today is Larah, from a manager at Sapient that's actually done more quantitative analysis around how this is actually going to impact the drag on a portfolio and what the new cost of hedging is under the cleared environment. Ben, thanks a lot for coming in today. So tell us a little bit about this analysis you've done. You were telling me before it was about the cost of hedging before 2008 and the new cost of hedging post 2008. What are the results of your study, and if you can give us a brief overview of how you did the analysis?
Thank you very much for inviting me here, Will.
No problem.
To give a brief overview of the study, we ran 4 different historical back tests in order to determine how much it was going to cost a buy-side client to clear a portfolio of hedge derivatives that's hedging a bond index that they might be tracking.
Got it.
And we want to compare everything to the pre-2008 costs of trading derivatives on a CSA, because hedging's always going to come at a cost.
Right.
And post-2008, there are various variables, where you clear and what products you clear using.
Right.
So we found that hedging using cleared products post-2008 comes at a 20 to 62 basis point cumulative drag compared to the pre-2008 cost in terms of the portfolio return.
So for a portfolio of $1 billion, that's anywhere between $2 and $6 million in terms of impact because of the cost of clearing?
Absolutely. And we also conducted a final back test to show that even if it were hypothetically possible to remain bilateral in today's regulatory environment, but subject to a 2015 BCBS IOSCO margining environment, it would be more expensive to remain bilateral. And therefore we expect buy-side firms to move to centrally cleared products.
What is the sort of level of awareness among the buy-side community about the impact that this drag effect is going to have on their performance of their portfolios? Are they using these tools? Are they doing this analysis?
So this is actually the first study of its kind to quantify the cost of clearing in terms of the drag on portfolio returns. There is a general awareness amongst the whole financial community, including the buy side, that it will be a lot more expensive to perform derivatives trades in order to hedge a portfolio. And a lot of the analysis so far has mostly been around the actual, dollar amount of collateral that needs to be available in order to meet the increased margin calls. But this is the first study of its kind to quantify the costs in terms of drag on cumulative returns when compared to the pre-2008 regulatory environment.
Okay, so say if you're a buy-side trader and you have this, you start to do this analysis on a kind of an ongoing basis, what would this deliver to you in terms of making decisions going forward? Is it more than about product selection? Is it also about collateral management, or where you might terminate or choose to clear a trade in order to realize netting efficiencies?
Absolutely, it's about all of those things that you mentioned and more. It's also about looking at various costs which we could extend the study to include, which include fees, contributions to default funds and transaction costs. In terms of what buy sides might take away from our study, we're hoping that we can sell the approach in terms of encouraging buy-side firms that if you wanted to figure out what your costs are going to be in increase to the pre-2008 costs, this is one useful way in which you can approach that problem.
Right, makes sense. Well, thanks very much for coming in to explain it to us, Ben, and good luck with it. I think it's going to be a big issue going forward. Joining me today was Larah from Sapient, and my name is Will Rhode. I'm the Director of Fixed Income Research at TABB Group.